Hello, everyone. Glad you tuned in to the Big Fred Show on Mustangs TV. Also, don't forget, tune in each and every Monday from the hours of 6 to 7 p.m. That is Sports Talk Mania with Lee Haygood. I am Lee Haygood, and I will be your host through Sports Talk Mania. We'll talk anything and everything about sports, and every now and then we might throw something else in there. Check it out. Every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, only on MustangsTV.com.
Welcome to the Big Fred Show, y'all. Tonight we're broadcasting from Sheffield, Alabama, beautiful downtown Sheffield, Alabama, and we are at what we like to consider at MustangsTV.com our second home. We are live at Brimstone's Brews and Baskets. And I'm going to tell you what, this place is amazing. Great food, great people. We're going to talk to Steve here in just a little while and get him on here to talk a little bit about Brimstones, and we're going to have a bunch of fun tonight. We might even have a musical guest. I know for sure we got WLX's own Kenny Bettman's going to come on, and we're going to talk a little bit concert. We're going to talk a little bit about music. We got a Facebook question going on our Big Fred Show Facebook page. Between him and Ben Luna, they have a ongoing battle. Like I've seen it almost come to blows in the studio there, and their thing is who's better, Casey Musgraves or Taylor Swift. I mean, we need to know, y'all. Go to the Facebook, Big Fred Show on MustangsTV.com. Go there and give us your opinion. We need to know this stuff. Got the site up and running. You can feel free to post comments and questions. I mean, we're here for y'all. This is y'all's show. This is the people's Big Fred Show. So we want to hear from you. We want to know what you're thinking. We might get a few people here in the restaurant and ask them what they think about it. And I'm excited about it tonight. We're in downtown Sheffield. This is a historic area of the state of Alabama as far as I'm concerned. Lots of great music. Matter of fact, the little spot we're sitting at, I look up here, we got Waylon Jennings pictures right here, and you can see Fame Recording Studios and the Welcome to Muscle Shows, city, hit capital of the world, George Jones. And check this out. I'm going to get up. You can't see it, but you got to hear it. I'm going to put the mic up here. I'm a drummer, and we got a drum light. Hear that, y'all? Look, ain't that cool? Is that not awesome? Check it out. I love it. So, yeah, we're here in a insanely historic area. And some of these people, I'm just saying, if you live in the Shoals, don't take it for granted because I love it. This is a town I'm in love with. I mean, can't get enough of the Shoals area. I'll come here for any excuse at all. If it's to get a fitting for a piece of plumbing, I'm coming down here. I mean, that's just all it is to it. But anyway, we've got a lot of fun stuff. We're going to talk about, we're going to talk about summer fun stuff. That's going to be a subject we talk about a lot during the summer. We might come up with some cool vacation spots and cool, areas to go to for close vacations if you don't want to get out and travel a long way and stuff. And I'm just going to tell you, they got some good music playing here. I'm going to give you fair warning tonight. I'm liable to be just talking and break out in song just in mid-sentence. So y'all been warned tonight. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk about everything. And go to the Facebook page and help us out on our question. Who is the better singer, artist, all around everything, Casey Musgraves or Taylor Swift? I don't have a dog in the race because I'm the host and I can't express my opinion. Although some of y'all might know my opinion already, but, just saying. But, yeah, and we're going to talk to Michael Wally tonight. He's playing music here tonight. Amazing musician. Guy can flat out rip up a guitar. I've seen him play live several times. He's got a good testimony. He's an all around great artist. He's a former golden ticket winner on American Idol. His grandmother, we're going to ask him about his grandmother. I got to let him tell the story. I've read up on him, and he's a pretty cool dude. So as soon as we get a chance, we're going to get him over here and talk to us. And we're going to have Steve, like I said, and we're going to get Kenny on here. And and it's kind of a special night. I mean, y'all can't see them, but we got the Mustangs TV crew here tonight. And we've got Kyle, we've got Kenny, and we got my little sister, Bailey Neidert, here. And I'm having quite a moment because she's all grown up and gone to college and gone off and got her tattoo and all that cool fun stuff. So, you know, which is cool with me because I got tattoos too. So, it's awesome. But we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about some more stuff. So we'll be right back in a minute.
Hello, everyone. Glad you tuned in to the Big Fred Show on Mustangs TV. Also, don't forget, tune in each and every Monday from the hours of 6 to 7 p.m. That is Sports Talk Mania with Lee Haygood. I am Lee Haygood, and I will be your host through Sports Talk Mania. We'll talk anything and everything about sports, and every now and then we might throw something else in there. Check it out. Every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, only on MustangsTV.com.
And we're back. Big Fred Show live here at Sheffield, Alabama at Brimstone's Brews and Baskets. With me, I've got a guest here. He's a very close friend, cousin, and all kinds of cool, fun stuff. This is Kenny Beckman. He's also, you can hear him. Tune in to 97.5. He's on from 11 to 2 on WLX. And y'all can hear him down here in Sheffield, too. He's a great guy, knows a lot about concerts. The man can go to a concert and somehow slide in backstage somehow. And then you look up and you see there's a selfie with, whoever. Insert famous country star here. I mean, that's how Kenny is. And we're going to talk some concerts. Kenny, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. I've always dreamed of being on the Big Fred Show. Seriously, I have. And like you mentioned, I do a radio show weekdays in the afternoon from 11 to 2, and we've got this big debate going on here,
Exactly.
With our buddy Ben Luna about Casey Musgraves and Taylor Swift. And, man, how do you feel about that? What do you want to go ahead and say?
Well, just from my opinion, I would have to go with Casey Musgraves.
Because she's got that Texas outlaw feel to her. She's not the big pop queen such as Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
But look, Taylor Swift and Casey Musgraves are both great songwriters, and there's a big debate and dilemma, as me and Ben were talking about the other day. He doesn't like either one of them. Because, and you have your preferences with them, but Taylor Swift, is crossing over to the pop genre a little bit. But, Casey, she's true blue country music. She writes about, but they're both such great songwriters.
She's innocent, but she's gritty at the same time, and that's kind of what I like about her.
Yeah, that's true. And see, Casey, she's got those Texas roots to her, and sort of like an outlaw rebel style to her, and that's what I appreciate of Casey Musgraves. And Taylor's innocence, but her songwriting skills are so great. I mean, I just love it.
Yeah, but we know how innocent Taylor Swift is, right?
And say, I've had some run-ins with both of the stars, actually. I've hugged Casey Musgraves before, saw her when she played the Ryman Auditorium. I've seen Taylor Swift several times, and we've actually held hands one time. So that was like a beautiful moment for me, at one of our shows. So, yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
But wow.
I saw her on a Red tour and stuff. She's just really good.
So tell me, you go to a lot of concerts, you check out stuff. Let us know some proper etiquette as far as, the type of show you're going to. What are some do's and don'ts of going to concerts?
Well, see, for me, it's being at the right place at the right time. Just yesterday, I won more tickets to see Jared Neiman. I mean, crazy. And people say I win a lot, and they wonder how I get in the certain places that I do, or how I meet these people and all this good stuff. But I'm like, it just is what it is, And I see my food and all these food.
Dude, hey, you can bring it over here. We'll eat right here on live. We don't even care.
No. That's great. But yeah, I mean, see, it's just all about being at the right place at the right time. And that's how I run into all these stars at concerts and stuff, Just make your way down to the stage and meeting all these people and stuff. It's just, it happens some way or another. I've been, lucky in a lot of situations.
Well, let me ask you this question. You've seen a lot of shows. You've been to a lot of concerts. What would be the absolute holy grail of concerts for you to go see?
Well, man, I mean, you got the Rolling Stones. You've got all these shows and stuff. But, I mean, I've seen Eric Clapton. I've seen The Who. Been blessed to win front row tickets to see The Who. Just crazy, man. I mean, all these.
So you saw Pete Townsend Windmill live
then? Yes, and I've got some amazing pictures that I post on Facebook and all this and that, you know. So, man, but I mean, there's so many new tours up and coming out there, and these rock legends are still out there on the road that, you know, play, such as the Stones. They're on tour, you know, and all this and that. So if you get the chance to see those guys, I mean, Kiss and Def Leppard are coming to Nashville in July next month, and we've got tickets to that. It's going to be a crazy, crazy night because, I mean, those are rock legends there.
Who are you more pumped to see, Kiss or Def Leppard?
I've seen Def Leppard before. Actually met Joe Elliott, believe it or not. Oh. So that's big time. And but Def Leppard, they put on a killer show, but I've never seen Kiss. So it's going to be a pretty wild night, I'd say.
Well, I got a fun fact.
Rock and roll all night.
I got a fun fact about Kiss. My birthday and Gene Simmons' birthday is the exact same day. So maybe that says a lot about August the 25th, that crazy people were born on that day. I mean, but check, we want to show this. I mean, first off, I've been bragging all week about being at Brimstone's. You know, people coming to Brimstone's.
And this place is so cool. I mean, the you know, the accessories on the wall, the history, everything you see when you walk in, it's just so cool, man. The decoration and all this stuff. This place is the ultimate place to go, I'd say. Yeah,
and it's a really neat place, plenty of room, lots of friendly people. But look at this. See this in this cup right here. I know I'm probably acting silly, but hey, it's my show and I'm going to act silly. So, but this is the famous Brimstone's hot sauce. And I'm fixing to show you the exact moment when it's like, oh my God, it's Brimstone's hot sauce. But yeah, that.
And then we go.
We might have to go take a long commercial break after this one. But good stuff. So where can people follow you at, Kenny?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm on all kinds of stuff. And also, if you're not able to pick up 97.5, you can always listen online at WLXonline.com. I'm on from 11 to 2 during the week, playing the best country music. We play classic country and the new charting country music, all kinds of stuff. So there's something for everyone, really.
Oh, man, that's awesome. And I want to know something. I follow this. Hold on, that hot sauce is talking to me, y'all. I want to know something. I follow this, and I don't know. Are you behind the Tweets by Kenny?
Tweets by Kenny was a parody account made by who knows who. I don't. It was somebody who wanted to sort of make fun of or try to sound like me that I tweet personally, you know. And you follow that on Twitter?
I do.
It was a parody account, man. Totally made for fun. I don't know who made it, though.
See, I read a bunch of them, you know. I was like, Tweets by Kenny follows you. So I'm like, I'll follow it. And I'm reading all these tweets, and I'm laughing hard because I don't know if it's just, you know.
They haven't tweeted in a long time, though. They have not tweeted in a long time. I don't know what's up, man. I tweet a lot. I'm big on Twitter. Kyle's over there shaking his head. He knows.
Well, Kenny, I'm tickled and I'm honored to have you as a guest here, brother.
So cool. I'm glad to be here and be on, and of course, see you do your thing, man. Like I said, the Big Fred Show, it's huge, and man, we're in a good place here. You know?
Excellent place. If y'all ain't got down here, y'all need to right now, because I'm telling you, best food you'll ever put in your mouth, hands down, period. And you can ask anybody in this area about it, and they'll agree with you. I'm eating these fries and hot sauce, and I'm going to continue to eat them on the air, and I'm liable to break a sweat while I'm eating them. So y'all just have to pardon that and stuff. So, but like I said, go follow Kenny. Listen to his radio show. Excellent DJ, excellent, plays awesome music, and he's a who's who of concert going. I mean, he needs to write a book as far as I'm concerned.
Or do a TV show or teach a class.
Exactly. Do's and don'ts of concert going. So we're going to take a break, and here in a little bit we'll have another guest, and we'll be right back in a moment.
I'm going to chow down. Thanks a lot.
Hello, everyone. Glad you tuned in to the Big Fred Show on Mustangs TV. Also, don't forget, tune in each and every Monday from the hours of 6 to 7 p.m. That is Sports Talk Mania with Lee Haygood. I am Lee Haygood, and I will be your host through Sports Talk Mania. We'll talk anything and everything about sports, and every now and then we might throw something else in there. Check it out. Every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, only on MustangsTV.com.
Oh, I forgot. We got a show we're doing. Sorry. I was knee deep in some hot sauce over here, y'all. You know, it almost to distract you enough to make you forget you're doing a live show. So, and believe me, it's warm hot sauce. Very warm, but it's hugs on your taste buds good. I highly suggest it when you come down. Just come and get you a plate full of fries, a cup of hot sauce, and drink of whatever you like. That's a good meal. Not to mention they have good food. My personal favorite here is the fajita burger. You know, I was ordering that back when they were in Loretto. And, you know, that's kind of where they got their roots at. And that's kind of where we got to know these guys at, because Brimstone's was always our hangout after ball games. And for y'all that don't know that watches the show, we also broadcast Loretto High School Mustangs football games. And after the game, we would always go to Brimstone's, and we'd stay there all hours of the night. And Steve would have to kick us out. And, you know, it was fun times. And we would go in there and act a fool and get loud and crazy. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun thing to do. And I actually look forward to it. And we kind of feel like we're at home tonight. So that's what I got to say about Brimstone's. And we're going to let Steve to talk a little bit more about his place and what he does and all that other fun stuff. So, but anyway, we need your input on our Facebook question tonight. Come on with it and talk to us. Let's see here if we got any comments. Not yet. Apparently nobody likes Taylor Swift or Casey Musgraves. I mean, my personal favorite, I like a chick that can rock, man. I mean, somebody that can wail. That's what I like. I mean, but anyway, it's all good and well, and we like it and whatnot. But yeah, come down here. Get here before 9, because they close at 9, and we're going to stay here as long as we possibly can and all that cool fun stuff. And hopefully we'll get Micah on here pretty soon, because I think he might be started right now playing some good music on there. So we're going to try to get him going, and I'm going to eat some fries and hot sauce, and we're going to take a small commercial break so I can eat a few more, okay? So we'll be back in a moment.
Elite Sports in Loretto, Tennessee offers serious sports training for athletes of all ages. Our hands-on training approach can increase core strength and stability while maximizing power and agility. Call John Passarella, 256-710-7412 for speed and agility training, or David Weathers, 931-279-0574. Call today. Elite Sports, we're training the best athletes for tomorrow.
At Southern Craft Manufacturing, our commitment to choice sets us apart. Using both old-world craftsmanship and modern techniques, we proudly provide the finest quality and greatest value caskets in the industry. Founder Rodney Robinson is a third-generation casket manufacturer, providing the highest quality finished product. Call toll-free 800-413-1778, Southern Craft Manufacturing on North Main Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
Welcome back to the Big Fred Show, and we got some comments from our question. Who's better, Taylor Swift or Casey Musgraves? James Paul Powell writes in and says Dave Grohl, which I'll have to agree with him. Dave Grohl is an amazing artist. He's like, you know, Nirvana drummer, and then he founded the Foo Fighters, and I highly suggest if you want a good show to watch, go see a Foo Fighters show because they are amazing. And I personally think Dave Grohl's a better drummer than he is a guitar player. I mean, just my opinion, because I'm a drummer and I'm always biased to whoever plays drums. But yeah, well, that seems to be the consensus right now. Well, let's go out and say Florida Georgia line. Okay, since we're live on the internet, I'm going to go on my Florida Georgia line rant for tonight. Personally, you can only do so many songs about Silverados being jacked up and girls with cherry on her lips and sitting by the fire on the riverbank. And, if it wasn't for summertime, I don't think Florida Georgia Line could have a song. I'm going to be honest with you. Because we didn't hear nothing from them in the wintertime, did we? We didn't hear something about being in a deer stand, sitting in the cold weather with a girl with cherry on her lips, wearing her moss yoke or anything, did we? No. But, they go along the same lines of like the Luke Bryan's, I liked Luke Bryan when he first came out, when, first album, Salt Cure Ham, and, all that other partying with the band. Actually had his band in the music videos, I thought that was cool. But now, Luke Bryan of today, we've got Luke Bryan in skinny jeans and wearing sequin shirts and dancing to choreography. There's no choreography in country music, y'all. Unless you're like, well, Taylor Swift. Unless you're that, then that's the only way you should have choreography in your songs or in your music. But, there's like a group of them. There's the Jason Aldeans, and there's the Florida Georgia Lines, and then, they're slowly sucking in more people and more people. I call it that. My term is I call them being puppets is what I call them, and, God bless him, but Randy Houser done got caught up put in it. He went from hanging out with Jamie Johnson and, singing outlaw country. Now he's all polished up and pretty, and he's running out of Moonlight. I mean, who sings that? I mean, that's like the cheesiest song in the world. Running out of Moonlight. You're running out of moonlight. Take her to breakfast. I mean, girl gotta eat. Take her to Waffle House. Get them scattered, covered, and smothered, man. I mean, come on. I mean, don't be singing cheesy songs. And I mean, I could go on for hours on this. I mean, there's some really good artists that are coming out. I think Eric Church has got a good thing going. He's kind of branching away from that whole pop country thing. He's borderline metal. I'm just going to tell you. And I kind of like that from him. And there's a lot of new up-and-comers that y'all need to really check out, too, like Blackberry Smoke. I mean, great, honest-to-God, true Southern rock. I mean, they look like a band of outlaws and misfits, but, they're great. And I personally listen to them when I honestly do yard work. I mean, and since we're in the Shoals area, I would be doing an injustice if I didn't bring up groups like the Drive-By Truckers. I mean, Patterson Hood is a lyrical genius. I mean, honest and truthfully, he's probably the most amazing songwriter. Him and Cooley and Jason Isabel, and not to mention a Loretta boy that calls Muscle Shoals home now, John Paul White. I mean, I can't say enough good things about John Paul White. I mean, we'd have to have a whole nother show, honestly. And then, I could go on and then here's my pick band that y'all need to look up. I'm on fire for these guys. And they're from the Shoals area, the Valley Roots. Y'all need to YouTube the ever-loving snot out of Valley Roots music. And I promise you, if you don't like them, then you don't have blood running through you. I mean, I challenge anybody to listen to the Valley Roots and be completely still through the whole set. It's impossible. I mean, Brittany Faith is the lead singer, and she sounds like a mix between Grace Potter and Janis Joplin all rolled up into one. And then you got, I call him the Southern John Mayer and Christian White. I mean, awesome musicians. I don't know, I might try to get one of these waitresses on here and see what they tell me about it. But yeah, we might talk a lot about music tonight. Since we are in a music mecca, aka the show's literally, I don't know, a mile or so from 3614 Jackson Highway, and we're walking distance from Muscle Shoals Sound by the river. I mean, heck, we might take the cameras and walk down there before it's all said and done. I mean, I love this place, and this is my favorite place, honestly and truthfully. But yeah, there's tons of good music, and you know, there's Jason Isabel, Candy Staten, who else? I mean, I can get on a rant, a big-time rant. Hold on. We're not going to break. We're just taking a French fry break right now. Because I love these fries and hot sauce. They're like the best ever. Sure. Hey, come here.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Why?
Look, this is our waitress. What's your name?
Haley.
Haley. She's my waitress tonight, and she's like serving me hot sauce and French fries, and life is wonderful right now. I mean, it's great. So, as a waitress, what is your favorite thing on the Brimstone's menu?
Blazing Chaos.
Man, come here. Bring him.
Should I tell them what it is?
Tell us what Blazing Chaos is.
It's a half pork, half beef burger with Monterey Jack shredded cheese in the meat, topped with American Swiss and pepper jack cheese.
Enough said. If that don't get you down here, you're vegetarian. I mean, you know, you can't be vegetarian and come to Brimstone's. I mean, they might have do y'all have vegetarian stuff?
We have fries.
I love it. They have fries. You know, so don't be expecting a vegan menu when you come to Brimstone's, because it ain't happening. You know, we are meat eaters, dadgummit. And Haley will tell you, we're meat eaters, right?
Yeah.
You know, we eat, you know, salad, that's what food eats before it comes food, okay? That's what we think about it down here. Haley, we appreciate you being on the show. You want to give anybody a shout out?
Not really.
Not really? You got a boyfriend you want to say hi to?
He's in the kitchen.
So she can go, hey, back there, and he'll hear it. So anyway, thank you, Haley, for being on the show. Wasn't that awesome? That was freaking cool. Anyway, like I said, I'm having French fries and hot sauce, and I might be a little distracted, but it's good. I might come up to the camera and let y'all see this. Hold on. Look at this. Be right here. Look at it. Look at that beautiful goodness right there, y'all. I mean, you can't get no better. And I know I'm doing a live show and I'm talking with my mouth full, but that's all right. It's all good. But anyway, we're going to take a break and we'll talk about some more other stuff. Let us know on Facebook what y'all want to talk about tonight. This is y'all's show just as much as it's my show. And I want y'all to come in and let me know what y'all want to talk about. So we'll be back in a moment.
Your number one Mustang fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126. Go Mustangs and Lady Mustangs from LHS Boosters Club, dedicated to Mustang athletics.
Blast off!
And we're back. MustangsTV.com. This is the Big Fred Show. I'm here with, I consider him to be a brother. This is Steve Prince, the master behind that goodness in this cup right here. I'm be honest with you, y'all. Greatest stuff on earth. Not to mention, dude can make a mean burger. He can do all kinds of great stuff. You give him, I don't know, give him a pound of sausage, an onion, and a pickle, and he's going to come up with something amazing with it. Steve, how are you?
I'm doing fine, man. How you doing?
I'm lovely, and feel like I'm at home again, brother.
Well, anytime you come to my place, you are at home.
That's right. Like I said, we're at Brimstone's in
Sheffield, Alabama.
Downtown, just across the road from the big silver statue.
Yep, that would be, I think it's basically Elvis Presley, and there's a story behind that. Elvis Presley played one of his first gigs before he was the king of rock and roll in a building right behind this restaurant.
No way.
Yeah, seriously. This building has so much history in it, it's ridiculous. Percy Sledge walked these halls as a bellhop. When I was growing up, this was the Shoals Hospital. Before that, it was the Sheffield Hotel. And Percy Sledge was a bellhop at the Sheffield Hotel when Rick Hall of Fame Recording Studios discovered him, gets him into the studio, and they record When a Man Loves a Woman, which is one of the most iconic songs in all of history.
And we're sitting quite possibly where Percy Sledge might be took a break or something. That is so crazy.
Yes, and we're 200 feet behind the building where Elvis Presley played. The musical history in the Shoals area is deeper than the Mariana Trench.
Wow. Oh, wait a minute. Rocket Man playing on the radio right now.
Absolutely. The music that we play in the restaurant is old school rock and roll. There were so many great songs recorded here. Brown Sugar, Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones, Bob Seger. To me, his greatest song, that old time rock and roll, recorded right here in Sheffield, Alabama. I mean,
well, let me ask you this question. Bob Seger, down on Main Street. Is Main Street that he sings about, is he singing about Sheffield, Alabama, or is he singing about Detroit, Michigan?
He's Detroit. I think somebody asked me that the other day. I think it's Detroit. I think that's what he was singing about.
I mean, I've never personally heard Bob Seger say who it's about. It's kind of like You're So Vain. Who's that song about? But there's all kinds of music history. Like, what is like your biggest thing here? Who's your favorite musical history person here?
That would have to be David Johnson as far as the Shoals history. David Johnson actually grew up in the house across the street from where I grew up here in Sheffield. He was one of the big shot record producers in the area. He's curator of the Muscle Shoals Sound Heritage Foundation, if I think that's correct, but he's always been involved with the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. But the list of who's who in the Shoals area is so deep. Rick Hall, Jimmy Johnson, all the people. It's just, the history here is crazy. I mean, if you haven't seen the documentary Muscle Shoals, you've got to watch that. I mean, it will just, and I've actually got a story about Rick Hall. I used to be a police officer, for those of you that know me or have known.
You were the man.
I was a popo. I had that written on my gloves, too. I had popo written on my gloves. I once pulled over Rick Hall, and I pulled him over for speed, and I walked up to the car, and he handed me his license. I told him why I stopped him. He said, "Do you know who I am?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And he looked up at me and goes, "You don't care, do you?" and I said, "No, sir." And I wrote him a ticket. And the truth be told, moment of humility when I watched the Muscle Shoals documentary, and I really found out who Rick Hall is and what he's done. if I could go back, I would answer that question differently. No, I didn't know who you were. I mean, he's just this guy, the Allman Brothers, Wilson Pickett. I mean, you just and the way we're trying to decorate this location of Brimstone's, I got a photo of Wilson Pickett around the corner on one of the wall with him and Spooner Oldham actually recording Mustang Sally.
Oh.
It's just some of the most iconic songs in the world came from here.
Literally a mile away from here.
Yes. I mean, you go up Jackson Highway, a mile from here, and you're at Muscle Shoals Sound Studios. Going the other direction, you're at Fame. I mean, it's just, this is special. And how many people get to say, I'm from the city that blah, 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 that spawned such greatness? I mean, it's just, you watch that documentary, and if you're from here, it makes you proud.
Makes you smile and poke your chest out a little bit.
Or your belly.
Yeah.
If you're a fat
if you're here, your belly, most for sure. I mean,
we don't do skinny people.
And we don't serve vegan. That's cool.
Yeah, we're secondhand vegetarians here. Cows eat grass, we eat cows. So I feel like, it's environmentally friendly. Cows produce methane gas. We're trying to
reduce the carbon footprint.
We're reducing the carbon footprint.
You're welcome, Al Gore. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
We're cutting
green energy.
Yes. No methane because we eat the meat. Well, tell us a little bit about Brimstones. Tell us kind of how you come up with the idea to start Brimstones.
Like I said, I used to be a police officer, but ever since I was a little kid, I wanted a restaurant of my own. My mom dragged me into the kitchen as soon as I could, stand up, and I learned to cook at home. My first job in the military, I was a cook, but I've always dreamed of having my own restaurant. And after 13 years in law enforcement, I just decided that it's now or never. T.E. Lawrence, if you've ever heard of the movie Lawrence of Arabia, that was Thomas Elliott Lawrence. And he has a quote, and the quote goes like this. He said, "All men dream dreams, but not equally. For the dreamers of the night awake in the dusty recesses of their mind and find that it was all in vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may dream their dreams with eyes wide open to make them real."
Wow.
And I've just always taken the attitude that, that life is short, and if you want to do something, you got to go for it. So after 13 years in a career, I walked away from it, and I didn't look back. When you're jumping into the deep end of the pool, at some point you just got to jump. And so I went for it. Came up with a menu. The name came actually from the menu. Our first burger, hot burger, was the Hellfire and Brimstone. And then when we're coming up with the idea for the name for the restaurant, we're like, why don't we just drop the Brimstones off the Hellfire and Brimstone, call the burger the Hellfire, call the restaurant the Brimstones, or just Brimstones. And we went for it. And after 18 amazing months in Loretta, Tennessee, where I had a lot of support, made a lot of amazing friends, including these guys. I had an opportunity here in Sheffield. I tried to keep Loretta open, but it was, again, it was that make or break moment.
Right.
I had to go for it.
To quote Barry Bryant, "Mama called," right?
Yeah, it was just, if you're gonna do it, now's the time. So.
And dude, I just want to say I'm super stoked for you. I mean, we come in here and I was absolutely blown away by how it looks. I mean, there's records on the ceiling. We've got drum lights. That right there just strikes a chord with me. We got symbols on the lights over there. I mean, folks, it's worth it just to come in here and look around. I mean,
I'll tell you the story with the drums. I am a songwriter. I'm not any good. I haven't made any money on it, but I've got a studio in my basement complete with drums and keyboards and everything. And a couple of years ago, I changed drum sets, and I shoved this drum set over into a corner. My wife's like, "If you're not going to use that, you should just throw it away." I'm like, "I'll use it for something." And it took me 3 years, but bada boom, bada bing, huh?
it's functional because I just tapped on them a while ago.
Yeah.
If I'd have brought my sticks, we'd have had a drum solo tonight. I mean, I'd have been playing in the lights, literally. I mean, but yeah, Brimstones, y'all. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this restaurant. Not only did I have some of the funnest times of my life after football games.
He kissed me one night in Brimstone's.
Totally secure, man. Totally, it was a
It was a brotherly moment.
total bro moment.
We're not going to repeat it.
No, because he's kind of stubbly right now, and that kind of wouldn't feel good on my, But anyway,
On your soft summer
on my soft, as Florida Georgia line would put my cherry on my lips, as they would say. But yeah.
This is PG-13, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. Send the kids to bed.
Yeah, cut off your screen for 3 seconds. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, come down here, y'all. This is like one of the coolest places ever. I mean, you can bring your kids, you can bring the family. It's fun, it's laid back, great food, and I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm at home. It's like I'm here with my brothers and everything, and come on down, Brimstones, right across from Elvis's statue from the one show he played in Sheffield.
Enter a stranger, leave a friend.
Amen, brother. Steve, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
No, hug it up. Hug it up, brother. Total bro moment right there. On the Total Bro Network, Mustangs TV. So, that was fun. I'm glad we got to have him on here. And we're going to take a break. We'll be right back, and I don't know what we'll talk about, but we'll figure something out. No, I'm just joking. We'll have something to talk about. Anyway, we'll be back in a moment.
Hello, everyone. Glad you tuned in to the Big Fred Show on Mustangs TV. Also, don't forget, tune in each and every Monday from the hours of 6 to 7 p.m. That is Sports Talk Mania with Lee Haygood. I am Lee Haygood, and I will be your host through Sports Talk Mania. We'll talk anything and everything about sports, and every now and then we might throw something else in there. Check it out. Every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, only on MustangsTV.com.
And we're back. How are y'all doing this evening? Hope y'all are awesome. I'm doing awesome. We're here. We're having fun. I got my old crew with me. I got Kenny B, I got Bailey and Kyle, and Mr. Wade will be here with us momentarily. We're calling him Ricky Bobby because he is like flying down the road tonight, y'all. I mean, he was in Nashville earlier, and when he got on 65, the first words out of his mouth was, "I want to go fast." I mean, he got on it. I mean, but anyway, we're having fun. We got the show Facebook poll question of the night. Who's better, Casey Musgraves or Taylor Swift? I mean, me personally, I say Tanya Tucker because, I'm old school. And she was kind of sort of one of my first woman crushes whenever I was younger and stuff. So, but anyway, yeah, I've been having fun tonight, and I'm sorry if I'm distracted, but I can't quit looking at these drum lights. They're the coolest thing in the world. I might try to talk, everybody at the house at Casa de Fred to do some drum lights, because they're so freaking cool. But anyway, go online, answer our Facebook poll, and give us your thoughts. You can answer with anything. We really don't care. We're not like, you got to say Taylor or Casey won. I mean, but, we got to keep in mind about the whole Kenny Beckman, Ben Luna feud that they got going on. Actually, we just got to take it for what it's worth because, Ben is a weatherman. Kenny plays the music. So I'm just saying Kenny kind of has the slight edge on this deal, Just my opinion, and we're good friends with them at WLX. Matter of fact, I've been on there a while. I'm an official member of the Zoo Crew, probably one of the founding members of the Zoo Crew and stuff. But we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back. And we got, let me tell you, the next guest we got coming up not only have I seen him play, can tear up a guitar. I mean, golden ticket winner on American Idol. I mean, that's like speaks volumes. And he's from the Shoals. He's an awesome dude. Michael Wally coming right up. We'll be back in a moment.
Elite Sports in Loretto, Tennessee offers serious sports training for athletes of all ages. Our hands-on training approach can increase core strength and stability while maximizing power and agility. Call John Passarella, 256-710-7412 for speed and agility training, or David Weathers, 931-279-0574. Call today. Elite Sports, we're training the best athletes for tomorrow. Your #1 Mustang fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life, to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126. Go Mustangs and Lady Mustangs from LHS Boosters Club, dedicated to Mustang athletics.
Welcome back to the Big Fred Show here on Mustangs TV. And our next guest here, I can't say enough good things about him. I mean, I've watched him play for, I know, 2 or 3 years, you know, seen a bunch of, I stay up and watch him on YouTube all the time. I mean, just awesome guitar player. He's an awesome person. I mean, and we're going to talk to him. Ladies and gentlemen, Micah Wally. Micah, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. I'm just loving these burgers tonight, actually.
Oh, my God. Which one's your favorite?
Well, I've had 2 right now, and I had a bite of a hot one. It was just crazy. Gushing one of these, and then I had the just a simple, bacon cheeseburger.
I highly suggest the fajita burger.
Fajita burger. All right. Had a fried apple pie, though. I don't know if you had one of those, but yeah.
I'm diabetic. That might put me in a coma, brother.
I'll be all right.
I might have to jack up on the metformin, but yeah. So, I've seen you play from way back in the day. I've seen you play. Matter of fact, the first place I saw Michael play was the Ark, which is here in Florence, across the river. Saw him play in the praise band there, and I'm gonna tell you, you feel it when you walk in the parking lot, and I think mainly because of this fella right here playing guitar. I mean, you walk in and it'll knock you down. He's so good. But tell us a little bit about where you got your love for music and what kind of fired you up and inspired you to pick up music.
Well, my whole family's super musical. Like my dad and my grandmother are big songwriters. My grandmother wrote the song Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man.
No way.
Conway Tweedy and Loretta Lynn did it, and that was a huge song. That kind of started everything. She toured with Elvis, toured with Johnny Cash, and all his people. And yeah.
Look, y'all, Johnny Cash.
Right there. So, yeah, she was a part of that whole big group, Jerry Lee and all that big group.
Wow.
And anyway, her name was Becky Bluefield. That was her stage name. And then after that, my dad kind of inherited the songwriter gene, and he did it. He's got a couple cuts with Sawyer Brown and Randy Travis.
Wow.
So they're big songwriters, and most of my family, my older brother's a sick, nasty guitar player.
Dude, I love your brother to death.
Yeah, he's awesome. And so yeah, I just kind of picked it up and ran with it, and been running with it since I was about 15, I guess. I started playing, and just never put it down. Love it.
So, who are some of your major influences when you started playing? Who's your all-time hero when it comes to playing?
Oh my gosh, when it comes to playing, I have to say probably Keith Urban. He's up there on my list. And as far as singing, probably between Josh Turner, which I don't have a low voice like that. I just really like it. And that's a hard one. You just gave it because I'm like so musical. I love everything, so it's kind of really hard. I'm just gonna sit with Josh Turner and Keith Urban right now.
Sweet. What? So tell us, you're starting a new project called Sweetwater. Tell us a little bit about what Sweetwater is and how it started and how it all came about.
All right. Well, our other band kind of came to a close a few months back, and we were, just me and my wife were moving to Huntsville, and other people in the band were moving away too. So it just kind of, it was best to just kind of lay it down right there. And so a few of us that were still around wanted to start a band, and I had a bunch of songs, wanted to do some of my dad and my grandmother's songs, and we have an opportunity to, be pitched to a label and stuff like that. And so we said, why not, So we started this little band called Sweetwater, and we're working on an EP, trying to find the songs. And, we got most of it, and we think we're ready to start recording. But we're going to start putting stuff on YouTube and, really trying to kind of develop a following around here and see what happens with it.
How can we follow Sweetwater?
Well, we're in the process right now of making the website and starting the YouTube and a Vine and, kind of doing 6-second songs and stuff like that. And so we don't have anything as of yet, but we will soon. And if you go to my Facebook, then I'm sure that you can find it there.
Sweet. Now, what type of music? Now, you said you did some of your grandmother's songs. Yeah. What's that like, singing songs that your grandmother wrote?
It is. She gets tickled to death. She loves it. I can see her out there. She loves it. But yeah, we do a lot of pop country stuff, and that's what we're really trying to go for. If you could think of Keith Urban, obviously. Right. If you could think, because that's just the best version of pop country I can think of. If you take them with Need to Breathe, who's like a folky band, and then go to Coldplay, which is like the ambient rock. If you can put those three together, that's what it would sound like.
Oh, I bet that's amazing. Yeah, man. So who all was in your band this time?
It's me and my wife, Sarah. She plays keys and sings. A guy named Blake Sutton, a guy named Chad Moore, and Caleb Cochran. And they are all great friends of ours, and we couldn't ask for a better group of people,
Good chemistry, good vibe.
Oh, yeah, man. They're all incredible musicians, and just getting to jam out and play like we know where each other's going already.
That means a lot there.
It was good.
Second guess what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, listen at me. I don't know where that Micah. So you're doing a Sweetwater thing. I asked this to a lot of my musician friends and stuff. Like, I asked this to Kenny. Kenny's a professional concert goer. He DJs at a radio station. He's a Keith Urban fan. You and him could talk. Y'all can talk. I mean, seriously. I asked him what would be, I guess you would say, the holy grail of, like, you got a chance to get not only meet and greet passes, but front row seats and stuff. What would be your holy grail concert or festival?
Probably, honestly, Coldplay. I would want to go see them, talk to Chris Martin, see where he got his influence of writing, and really get down and talk to him. And honestly, to see them would be awesome.
Wow.
I actually got to see them. So
well, tell us about the American Idol experience. What was that? I mean, I'm going to be honest. I was watching that night. And we were kind of, me and my wife, we were watching the TV. We were kind of, laughing along at some of the auditions. And then, out of nowhere, I see Micah. And I'm like, I scream, and I'm like, look, there's Micah on American Idol, y'all. And then I'm calling my sister-in-law up, and I'm telling her about it, and I'm like, hurry up, turn it on there. What was that like? I mean, correct me, Keith Urban was a judge there, right?
Yeah, that was kind of on my bucket list. I kind of have a bucket list in my life, and one of those was to sing for or with Keith Urban, because I just really respect him a lot. And I was like, well, I can scratch that off. That was really cool. But I started out, I went to Disney World with my wife, who's my fiance then, and her family. And we walked into Hollywood Studios, and they have that, American Idol attraction there. And the guy was standing at the gate. He said, hey, you want to sing? I said, well, okay, why not? So I went there and tried out, kept advancing, and won. And I didn't realize this, but that night until way afterwards, we got the next day, because I had all these people coming up to me and said, man, we watched you last night. I was like, what? And apparently they have these big jumbotrons outside, and everybody in the whole park comes and watches it outside. There's like 6,000 people watching this final show. It's like, okay, well, that's cool. So I had all these people. We drove 30 minutes down the road, to went and eat somewhere. And I walked in, there was 5 tables of people, and they all stood up. Hey, Mike, I was like, okay, this is great. So from there, what that did is if you win, you get a ticket to the front of the line of a real audition. So I said, well, if I don't have to wait and camp out, for 2 days, then why not? So we went down to New Orleans. We did the whole process. It's about a 6-month process, the auditions are. And finally got to see the judges, and we kept advancing, whatever, and got to see the judges. They loved me, sent me on, and flew me out to Hollywood. Got in the top 30 of all the guys. But, they don't show you a lot on TV if you're not, because it's all pre-filmed, until the live shows start. And they don't show you a lot unless, you're really funny or you're going to be advancing really far. And so they basically told us, that you're not exactly what we're looking for. They told me, honestly, they wanted a girl. So that's what they got that season, was a girl to win. I mean, it's a label. They're trying to, find different niches and different genres.
I'll be honest, I quit watching after you got out. I mean, I'm like, I ain't got nothing else to see here. So, but yeah. So what was it like? All right, you're in front of the judges. You look over, Keith Urban. I mean, if it was me, part of me would just have like breakdown, panic attack, all systems locked up. I mean, what was it like just to kind of block that out and just do your thing in front of them?
It actually wasn't really that hard. The thing, because I was really excited to get to meet him, but I don't get starstruck to the point that I get really nervous. I really respect people, but I don't get like. But the thing that I was more worried about was if I was going to laugh at Nicki Minaj or not. So I walked in, I'm like, man, this woman looks like a clown. She did, man. She had so much makeup on, you could like see it sticking out, and I was like,
almost chisel it off, huh?
She was crazy looking, but yeah, when I walked in, I was like, oh, big hair, and there's Keith. Okay, hey, like whatever.
Look this way.
Yeah.
Don't look over there.
Don't look over there. Look over here.
But man, I am super proud of you, bro. I mean, I've been a fan for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now. I mean, and I'm tickled to death. And when I found out you were playing tonight, I love Micah. I've watched him play. I've heard him play. I've heard him sing. And, and I thought, who else better to have on my show than Micah, because, I've watched you and your brother play. And, I'm going to tell you, I've watched them play in church. And I always thought it was cool to see Micah and James up there playing. And what really tickled me was James always wore this Rick and Bubba shirt. I always got tickled, and I'm like, it's rocking when one dude's wearing a Rick and Bubba shirt. I mean, I always thought that was cool. And you could always tell because they would get in this zone, and it would be like they would start playing, and then, next thing you know, I forget where I'm at. And I'm like, I'm throwing my rock fist up, and I'm like, and next thing you know, I'm like, hey, I'm in church. I'm not at a concert. I'm at church. But it was awesome. And that's just what when you watch Micah play, that's kind of the effect he has on you. But, Micah, I appreciate you being on my show, and I'm super stoked for you to be a guest. And you're welcome back anytime, brother.
Sir, thank you.
Hey, you want to give a shout-out to anybody?
My wife.
Speaking of, have we got any kids? Or?
No, we got married in October.
Oh. Well, take your time, bro. I've got a 4-year-old, and I'm just going to tell you, take your time. Y'all have y'all time and do that. And because when the baby comes, it's all about him. I mean, but, dude, glad to have you. Thanks for being on the show, brother. And Michael Wally on there. Look him up on Facebook. Look him up on YouTube. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, everyone. Glad you tuned in to the Big Fred Show on Mustangs TV. Also, don't forget, tune in each and every Monday from the hours of 6 to 7 p.m. That is Sports Talk Mania with Lee Haygood. I am Lee Haygood, and I will be your host through Sports Talk Mania. We'll talk anything and everything about sports, and every now and then we might throw something else in there. Check it out. Every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, only on MustangsTV.com.
At Southern Craft Manufacturing, our commitment to choice sets us apart. Using both old-world craftsmanship and modern techniques, we proudly provide the finest quality and greatest value caskets in the industry. Founder Rodney Robinson is a third-generation casket manufacturer, providing the highest quality finished product. Call toll-free 800-413-1778, Southern Craft Manufacturing on North Main Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
Your number one Mustang fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126. Go Mustangs and Lady Mustangs from LHS Boosters Club, dedicated to Mustang athletics.
And we're back. Was that not a cool interview? Guys, was that not cool? I mean, played for Keith. He sung for Keith Urban. I would freeze up. I don't know about y'all. I mean, and he had the same thoughts I had about Nicki Minaj. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, let's do a comparison. It's kind of like I would say it's kind of like Kevin Hart and, I don't know, whatever clown that's a chick, I don't know, had a baby. That's what I think about Nicki Minaj. I mean, she... From the Bigg. That's awesome.
That was a random freaking.
You know,
Oh my God.
you'll have to pardon us. I mean, we catch ourselves off guard here on this show, and it's crazy. But yeah, well, oh Lord, you never know what you're gonna hear on this show. So, you know, God, got hot sauce in my throat. You know. It's awesome. Anyway, that's what I recommend you get there. But anyway, glad y'all are joining us tonight. We're having a blast. We've had some good guests on the show. You know, we've had Kenny Beckman, we've had Michael Wally, we've had Steve Prince on. We even had Haley come on here and talk about us. And you know, Haley's a good waitress. Ask for Haley when you come in. Just tell him Big Fred sent you. You know. We're getting some reaction. We're gonna have to get some more waitresses. All right. We're gonna ask. Who should we ask for when they come to Brimstones? Everybody.
Ashley, Charlotte.
Haley says me.
Haley.
Yeah, but yeah, just come on down and it's like a big happy family here, man. I mean, we all have a big time. And we got people here eating. We are in the music room. I mean, records all over the ceiling, music all over. We got the Muscle Show sound logo right above my head. I mean, it don't get no better than that. I mean, people, if I had the chance, I would move to Muscle Shows, Sheffield, Florence, or Tuscumbia. I love this place. Love the area down here. I mean, it's... You know, other than the fam, it's my second love. I mean, honestly and truthfully, love coming down here. Plenty of stuff to do. I mean, there's, they've opened up Wilson Dam on the weekends too. There's you some more stuff to do. You can go check out the barges locking through, and I know a lot of people who, are born post September 11 and have probably never watched the barges lock through. I mean, guys, listen, if you want a cheap idea to go on a date night, Friday or Saturday night, go watch the barges lock through. I mean, it sounds not romantic, but let me tell you, got the lights from Wilson Dam Bridge in the back, sometimes the floodgates might open, and they toot the loud horn, which scares the ever-living crap out of me every time they do it. Knowing it's coming, and I still jump and scream and whatnot. But it's pretty awesome, and it's right there next door to the Marriott. There's your date. You go to 360 Grill, or no, scratch that. You come to Brimstones, then you go watch the barges lock through. Because when you come to Brimstones, chances are there's going to be a lot of cool music playing, regardless. I mean, Lots of people's played here. Max Russell's one of my favorite guitar players. He's played here. I mean, look him up on Facebook. He's a good artist. And his son, Kurt, give them a shout-out. Oh, speaking of shout-outs, we got to do shout-out time. Thanks, Kyle, for reminding me.
I told you I'd remember.
But I want to give a shout-out to some folks up in Lawrenceburg that's watching tonight. We want to shout out the CBC Career Beauty College girls and dude, because they got one guy instructor there. Don't want to, alienate him, but yeah, for real. But want to shout them out. If you go to them and they'll fix you up. And I want to give another shout out to a bunch of folks that might be watching tonight, and y'all know who you are, and hope y'all have a good evening. And I'm like, I'm trying to think who else I need to shout out. Everybody tells me give them a shout out, and I've got the attention span of a goldfish, y'all, and I'm not lying about that. I mean, I'll be like, yeah, man, I'll give you a shout out, and then I'm like, forget about it, and then after the show's over, it's like, dude, you didn't give me a shout out. And I'm like, I just now remembered that. But speaking of which, hold on, y'all. Breaking news. Straight in from Talladega, a.k.a. I-65 South, we have Wade Pettis fixing to walk in the door. And we're going to get Wade to come over and talk to us and stuff and whatnot. And we're going to get him on camera. And he might not want to, but he's going to. But this is impressive, y'all. Literally, I'll get – max speed. Let me see here. I'll pull it up. I will pull this up. Let me see here. My news feed. I'm operating an iPad, y'all, and I've never operated an iPad, so you'll have to pardon me. Well, anyway, no new messages. But anyway, Wade, come here. Come on, Wade. We got to get Wade here. This is an adventure, Wade. I want to hear about this absolute Talladega-esque venture from Nashville to Sheffield, Alabama. Like literally 3 minutes before the show comes on. Oh. What are you eating, Kyle?
Fried Oreos. Covered in chocolate syrup and powdered sugar. They are amazing. Heaven. Would you like some?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm fixing to eat something amazing, y'all. See, I'm fixing to prove y'all why y'all need to come here. But literally, Wade messaged me literally 3 minutes before the show starts. We're in Columbia. We'll be there here pretty soon. I'm laughing because, from Columbia to Lawrenceburg is a 45-minute ride.
Depends on who's driving.
Well, Ricky Bobby over there was driving. I mean, I swear he had to hit the interstate, and first thing out of his mouth is, I want to go fast. I mean, that's the first thing I thought was no way he's making it here before y'all close. 8:07. Almost an hour and 3 minutes, and he's in Sheffield. I mean, I want to know how fast he was driving. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. Glad you tuned in to the Big Fred Show on Mustangs TV. Also, don't forget, tune in each and every Monday from the hours of 6 to 7 p.m. That is Sports Talk Mania with Lee Haygood. I am Lee Haygood, and I will be your host through Sports Talk Mania. We'll talk anything and everything about sports, and every now and then we might throw something else in there. Check it out. Every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, only on MustangsTV.com.
We're back. Welcome back to the Big Fred Show. Had a good time tonight. Lots of good guests, lots of good people. Had the old school. Hey, we got Spencer back there giving me a thumbs up, so I guess I did good. But anyway, we're glad to be here. We're glad to be back home at Brimstone's, and I say that from the bottom of my heart. When we're at Brimstone's, I don't care if Brimstone's moves to Prattville, Alabama. We're going to be home when we're coming to Brimstone's. So glad to be here. Big shout out to Steve for allowing us to come and take up a couple of his tables and broadcast live. Big shout out to the wait staff here. Amazing people. I mean, brought me out some of what I've been looking forward to all freaking week long. Some hot sauce and french fries. I'm a happy camper. But had fun. Had an awesome time. And we don't know where we're going to be next week, but we'll let you know. Big Fred Show on MustangsTV.com. That's where you can follow us on Facebook. Follow me at Brian Big Fred Gallet on Facebook. That's my personal page. Friend request me. You can ask me questions about the show, anything. But anyway, glad to be here. Glad to have got the chance to come down here. We are the Big Fred Show on MustangsTV.com. Stay tuned Monday nights, by the way, for Sports Talk Mania with Lee Haygood from 6 to 7. Call him up and talk to him. Well, anyway, that's about it for now, and we'll catch y'all next week. And stay lovely, y'all.